I'm Scott Coldham, I'm the Head of Account Management at Colenso BBDO. You're about to watch the Samsung smartphone line case study video. And obviously the marketplace we're operating in is a really heated and competitive one, so they were really interested in us creating kind of a bit of noise, having a bit of cheek and a bit of feistiness to what we did, and getting talked about ultimately. At Colenso we talk about doing work that nobody else in the world can do, and I think the case study will demonstrate that we managed to do. We took a really simple insight in people waiting in queues outside buildings, and we turned outdoor into a technology experience, and the two pieces of work worked hand in hand to create a really interesting activation and social kind of conversation around the brand and the phone. And then I think the other reason it's a really good example of Colenso working at our best and what you would expect to be involved in if you work at Colenso, and that is kind of everybody getting stuck in. We had tireless hours, lots of people whose sleeves were rolled up in the trenches making this project happen, and there are tens and tens and tens of people who were involved and responsible for making this happen, and we only had 4 weeks to do it. It was an audacious technology challenge, and it was an audacious creative thought to execute, and to only have a month and to pull it off the way we did, I think is testament to the sort of work Colenso is capable of doing when we're performing at our best. And I hope you enjoy the video.
The Samsung Galaxy S4 was about to revolutionize the handset market. A phone so highly spec'd that it would reinvent how we communicate. The only problem was, coming from us, that kinda sounded like bullshit. So, we built the smartphone line and got our fans to launch the Samsung Galaxy S4 for us. Fans joined the smartphone line through Facebook and Twitter. To get the first S4 in the country, all they had to do was get to the front of the line. Every day for 2 weeks, we gave them features of the phone. To move up the line, they had to share and promote these features through their social media networks. The more their friends liked, reposted, retweeted, commented, and shared their posts, the further up the line they moved. The smartphone line was broadcast live to a custom-built 150-foot electronic billboard. In the heart of New Zealand's largest city, the virtual queue became a real-world line. The avatars moved and reacted like a normal line would. Sensors on the billboard triggered the avatars to put up umbrellas when it rained and to get into sleeping bags when night fell, all while sharing posts and comments to real-world foot traffic.
What happens is I tell all my friends and family about how great the new Samsung phone is, and every time I do, a little speech bubble pops out, and people coming down here at ATS Square can actually see what I'm talking about. The more I share it, the closer I go up to the front of the line.
12,000 New Zealanders queued for 2 weeks. They spread 85,000 stories to over 3 million people, which had an organic reach of over 15 million people. In the 3 months after the Galaxy S4 launch, market share of the premium smartphone market grew by 12%. Instead of leaving our biggest fans waiting outside a store for days, we turned them into our media channel and proved that the Galaxy S4 really is the next big thing.